nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Okay, so I wanted to do a follow-up video concerning the whole city bike situation that happened. I have been searching the internet. I looked on YouTube. I actually looked for news articles. I tried to put in different dates for news article, and nothing goes beyond June 2023 about this situation. I remember when everybody was on TYT and under Undisputable, which the host, Dr. Rashad Ritchie, was reporting on this story. And then later, because the lawyer for this scammer, I'm going to call her a scammer, basically said that she was going to sue news outlets because she wasn't a Karen, and she did have receipts that she actually was the owner of the bike, that she paid for it. But then later, and this is what really gets under my skin, is later on the young boy produced receipts that shows that he checked this bike out, where he checked it out, where he rode to, the exact time he rode it there, and why they were standing there with those bikes. Every article that I have tried to look at, and most of them are written by colorless people, are still standing by her side, even though we know the rate charges and we know why the boys were there with the bikes, because you could ride for free every 45 minutes and the charges don't kick in, especially when you pay for a certain pass. So basically, her trying to snatch someone's property, which they tried to make an excuse for that she snatched someone's phone, is because he had docked it. And yes, it was docked, but he was standing there with his hands on it, which means you need to go find another one, or if none is there, oh well, you're out of luck. They were there first. Those teenagers did nothing wrong. Somebody tried to comment that one of the boys said that your baby's going to come out retarded. That never happened. He was looking at her behavior and seeing how erratic and crazy, and that's what he was mentioning, that because of your actions, your kid is going to end up being like this, which is true, which is why we had the Karen who was having a meltdown in Victoria's Secret and she tried to hit a black woman. That's what happens. This type of woman will raise a child like her.
Oh God, no, excuse, now you are, oh my God, oh my God, do you see this? Oh my God, you wanna, yeah, I'm scared to even approach her. I'm sorry. You keep lying saying I'm threatening you, so I'm recording to protect myself. Yeah.
But nobody has said anything. They just continue to donate to this woman, this lying Karen, who basically reach over and try to get the bike because she's, one, she's colorless, two, she's pregnant, three, she had an overflated sense of entitlement and privilege that she would tell these men, oh well, I'm pregnant, I'm trying to get back home, and they would have sympathy and she would get what she wants. She's used to colorless men doing that for her like the idiots that they are. So she tried it on those teen boys. They was like, no, I got to get home. They told her no, and that's why she started yelling and acting a buffoon. But then I've seen no retraction of anything against these teen boys. If one would pull up the information, they would not know about the boys producing the receipts. There is no lawsuit. I was trying to find any information about a lawsuit. I don't see anything beyond June 2023. And that June article was written after the incident in May 2023. And the colorless woman who wrote that article is still trying to cover this Karen. The one thing I wish is Dr. Rashad Ritchie would take that apology video, because he owes no apology. The information was coming out, and just because someone says something doesn't mean that that's facts. All of the facts have come out. I see that she's collected a GoFundMe. She's probably pushed out that demon spawn inside of her, and because she's going to give all of what she is to that child. And she has a nice baby room. She has money for his or her college education and all of that. And all of this based on people's bigotry, prejudice, and idiocy. Now, the young boys did not get an apology because it's apparently clear what was going on and what happened here. And I really wish that those teen boys didn't just let it go and they basically did a lawsuit of their own, because this is their name, their likeness, their image, and their reputation that's put out here as if they were accosting a pregnant, colorless woman. And they tried to steal from her, painting them as thugs, when that's not the case. When you can clearly go to the Citi Bike website, and I'll put it in here because I still have it, to see all the perks you get when you buy an annual pass. I haven't heard anything about her lawyer. I haven't heard anything about her. I don't know if she's still working at that hospital. But if it was me and the parents of those teens, I feel like they're failing them. They should have stepped up and they should have kept strong with this. Because what if somebody brings this up later in their life? They should be cleared of any wrongdoing because they did nothing wrong. This Karen's entitlement is what caused this whole situation. She could have realized there were no bikes. She could have went somewhere else to get bikes. She could have walked somewhere that doesn't hurt a pregnant woman. She could have taken an Uber, a Lyft, a bus, or a taxi. Because they said no, and they had every right to say no. But I have been waiting for updates about this because I have so many people who commented and said things and were defending her, and they are as quiet as a church mouse now. Didn't update anything, didn't do anything. And Anna from TYT went on a whole tirade about calling colorless women Karens because of their behavior. She's trying to act like this is a slur. She brought up a different story, which I did a video on, and I'll link it in this one. But she's basically saying she participated in calling people Karens. It's wrong now. She's seen the light. She didn't give any context about this woman either. She didn't give an update, a follow-up, and I think it's disgusting. And that's why, I tolerated TYT, but this really got under my skin. And like I said, I've gotten them out of my recommends. Their videos are not on my channel anymore. I don't see anything from them anymore because I think that was absolutely disgusting to present yourself as a news organization giving commentary on political and news stories, and the fact that you couldn't wait to defend this crooked Karen and you threw a fellow African-American colleague under the bus to protect somebody you don't know who looks like you, which says a lot about TYT, which says a lot about Anna, and it says a lot about the people who are a part of that. So if anybody has any information other than what I couldn't find much of anything. I was looking for a lawsuit. I was looking for more information on her suing people for calling her a Karen. I would like to know if she still works at that hospital. I mean, I was looking for something, but I can't find anything. This story is dead in the water. As soon as that teenage boy presented his receipts, it's like everybody they forgot that like this never happened, and they don't want to address it, and they didn't want to address it, which is disgusting when you are 100% ready with the pitchforks and the spears ready to go after these boys and their image. But when more information comes out, then you can't even stand 10 toes down and make an apology and correct the record. It's disgusting, but I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one.